getting them in and shouting at them to get in the room. And then I suddenly saw the shooter about 20 feet from me, standing at the end of the hallway, actively shooting down the hallway, just a barrage of bullets. And I'm staring at him thinking, why is the police here? This is strange, because he's in full metal garb, helmet, face mask, bulletproof armor, shooting this rifle that I've never seen before. On February 14th, I spent the day at school like the other day in room 1255 on the 3rd floor. We did hear a muffled sound, almost like a popping sound. Little did we know they were actually gunshots down on the 1st floor. Shots were firing and students were pouring into my class. I saw the shooter emerge from the stairwell about 20 feet from me. It was constantly shooting as he sprayed his rifle back and forth with no particular direction. I don't know how he didn't hit our kids with all the bullets flying in the hallway. It was foggy with smoke. I had tunnel vision. I was watching him and also watching out of my peripheral all the students going into my room. I grabbed the door handle with both hands because I wanted to make sure to pull it tight. It was then that I was grazed by a bullet. 2 of my students wanted to get in. I knew that if I didn't open the door for them, they would have been killed. And so I opened it a crack, and Mr. Beagle, who was right next to me, the teacher who was killed, he pushed them into my classroom. I threw myself on top of my students and held onto as many as I can sink my nails into. Seconds later, I heard a barrage of shots in Mr. Beagle's room, and immediately after that, the shooter fired about 4 or 5 times right into my classroom through the glass panel in the door. When the SWAT team arrived, we stepped out of the classroom and saw carnage everywhere. There were bullet casings, smoke, shattered glass, blood, and bodies throughout the hallway. It was a war zone. Students screamed and cried as they looked down and saw their classmates dead on the ground. 2 of my beautiful students, Matt and Joaquin, who were finishing up their senior year on a high note, were brutally murdered. My heart breaks for their families. I do not know how I wasn't killed. I should have been killed. I'm thankful that I reacted the way I did because my students needed me to be there for them. But they're all scarred. They don't feel safe in school.
What do you think about arming teachers in a school?
I had seconds to respond. If I had a gun, it would be useless and probably dangerous to my students or to myself. I firmly believe teachers should not have guns. There's so many things in motion and nothing is certain, and it just makes the situation much more dangerous. I don't believe any civilian should have an assault rifle. There's just no purpose for it. It's a killing weapon. We can all agree that there's a problem right now, and we just need to stop fighting, and we need to actually get down to business. Shots were firing and students were pouring into my class. Kids who were mine, kids who I'd never seen before. I held my door open and pulled kids in as I watched the scene unfold before my eyes. I saw the shooter emerge from the stairwell and stand very firmly in front of the hall, about 20 feet from me. It was constantly shooting as he sprayed his rifle back and forth with no particular direction. I don't know how he didn't hit our kids with all the bullets flying in the hallway. It was foggy with smoke, but I kept my eye on the shooter. He had on a helmet, a gas mask, and what I thought was a bulletproof vest, which held ammunition. All I know is that he looked like a man with a very menacing weapon in his hand. I remember thinking, is this real? What is going on here? Why is this man shooting at us? But I never broke from my task at hand to get as many kids into my room as possible and get that door shut.